and it is convenient to live with them, and it will be cheap to live with them. And Yokohama is a beautiful big city.
I want to continue to be a vehicle engineer in Japan. Yes, I want to join companies like Toyota and something like that.
My name is Shan Qiyan, and I come from Hong Kong. I think my class is pretty fun and also nice people, and the teachers are nice and kind. They always make us happy and not just BBC classes. I think the most difficult thing is the language. Sometimes I don't understand it, and when I go shopping, they always use Giggle to communicate with me, and sometimes I can't understand what they're talking about. And as a foreigner, it's hard to get a credit card. For now, I think the most good thing is I choose to live in Europe because I know a lot of good people in here. We go to Kamakura and we go to supermarket and buy food and every day cook together and eat dinner together. They're all nice, so I feel love them. I will continue to study in the university because I want to become an illustrator or mangaka.
My name is Hannah. I'm from Indonesia. I stayed in Indonesia until I was in junior high school, and then I moved to Singapore. And I spent my high school years and university years in Singapore. And then I moved back to Indonesia to teach English in a high school, and then I moved to Japan to teach Indonesian actually for a year. And then I decided to enroll in YIEA to study Japanese. I was browsing on the internet, on Google, and the location of the school is very nice. I think that it's very close to Yokohama. So yeah, and I've been staying in Yokohama for since I first came. So yeah, I thought it's a nice area. Yokohama, I think it's a very good place. It's convenient. Compared to Tokyo, it's so much quieter, but there are still many places that you can go out to visit and play. And yeah, there's Chinatown too. It's a very nice place. Good food. My classes are, so far it's been very interesting. Yeah, I think the teachers have been very helpful and everyone is very kind. And I got to meet people from different countries. So it's interesting to learn the culture. First of all, is of course the language. Yeah, I spoke zero Japanese when I first came. So there's a lot of body language. I'm planning to attend vocational school. So I'm planning to study hospitality.
Okay, my name is Jerry. In the university, I studied vehicle engineering. So after graduation, I was a vehicle engineer in China. I'm from China, of course. I worked in Ford, GM, and Volkswagen in China. So when I turned the age of 30, I decided to take a gap year. But then it came Corona, so I have no place to go. So I spent some days in stay at home and think about the next step. And I decided to go to Japan. And because in Japan the vehicle industry is very advanced, so here I am. Yeah. But first, I decided to which city I want to go. So maybe Tokyo is a little bit crowded for me, and also the living expenses is very high. So I choose the Yokohama city first. Then I Googled a little bit. This school is the number one of Yokohama city. So that's the reason. It's very nice class with the students and the teachers. They are all very nice, very patient, and we talk a lot with each other, and it's a good environment, good atmosphere to there to learn Japanese. Yokohama is a very good city. It's quiet, it's clean, and people here is very nice, and also it's very convenient. If I want to go to Tokyo, it's not that far. Also, I can visit other places like Kamakura, places like that. So it's a very good place for me. I went to an event. It's called the Yokohama Table Tennis Practice Day. So I was a tennis player in China. So we all know that table tennis, China table tennis is number one in the world, right? But another day I went to that Yokohama Budokan, and I was astonished by its facility, and the playground is just so good. I have never seen anything so good as that, and the light, the floor is just amazing. So it's a good experience for me. I want to continue to be a vehicle engineer in Japan. Yes, I want to join the companies like Toyota and something like that.
My name is John. I came from America, specifically California. I am 27. Prior to this, I was working as a scientist. So I worked for 5 years, both in the aerospace testing industry and materials testing, as well as drinking water analysis. So for things like pesticides and things like that, I looked at that using GCMS and other types of instrumentation. Well, Yokohama is a place I've wanted to live for a few years now, or at least tried to live in for a few years now. And I have a friend that lives nearby who was kind enough to allow me to stay at his house. So he gave me housing, and I looked around for language schools around Yokohama, and I found YIEA, so I enrolled. It's really interesting. So it's much different than America, right? Of course, right? I come from around Los Angeles, but it's sort of a big city, but still sort of on the outskirts, right? So there's a lot more people here than what I'm used to seeing on a regular basis, but I really enjoy how convenient everything is, right? So I can take a train for 5-10 minutes and find myself, in a bunch of different places with a bunch of things to do, and everything is just always so close by, and it's just it's easy. It's really fun, honestly. Honestly, probably the most difficult thing for me is still conversing with other people in Japanese, of course, because I'm still learning. There's still plenty of moments where, I'll be talking to somebody and they'll say something and I'll kind of have that blank stare of like, oh no, I don't know what they just said, right? So then you kind of say, okay, can you say one more time, that sort of thing, and you make it work, but it's still sort of embarrassing. That would probably be the most difficult thing for me because, like I mentioned, I have a friend who allowed me to stay at his place. I had housing set up, so a lot of those struggles I didn't really have to go through. So that's probably the most difficult thing I've ever endured, I suppose. A good or a fun thing. a lot of things, honestly, right? I have a lot of hobbies that, Japan really has a lot of around, right? So back in America, I used to go to arcades quite often, but they were sort of few and far between. Whereas in Japan, they're sort of everywhere. So I have a lot of places to go, a lot of places to discover. It's also enabled me to travel a lot more. I went to a week after I arrived, I actually visited Niigata for an event that was happening with a game that I play. So yeah, that's probably some of the fun things that have happened since I've been here.
Francie, I come from Taiwan, 23 years old. Because I want to learn third language. Actually, a lot of my friends do speak Japanese, so I want to learn it. Because a lot of my friends is in Yokohama, and it is convenient to live with them, and it will be cheap to live with them. And Yokohama is a beautiful big city. My classmate is nice. My teacher do a lot of body language to teach us how in class. Japan is a spiritual place, and we can do weird things here, and no one will treat you not well. Everyone will encourage you. Like wearing high school uniform and cute uniform. They will not say you are not good. I would like to work here for 1 year, but it would be nice to come back to Taiwan because Japanese is an important skill and can make my work career be better.
I'm Yokohama. I came from Sri Lanka. I'm a graduate in business economics. I came to Japan with the ambition to enter to my dream university. I consider myself Japanese as a ladder to my success because my dream university is situated in Japan. So I started learning Japanese to enter my dream university actually. Before I entered into a language school, I was searching for many more language schools around Yokohama. I asked some recommendation from my friends and colleagues. Even though they were studying in another language school, they recommended me YIES, one of the best language school in Yokohama in terms of the supportive guidance and especially the quality of education in YIES. Therefore, I chose YIES. Yokohama, when considering the infrastructure facility, Yokohama is in a higher level of in terms of when compared to the other universities like Tokyo, Osaka, with the living expenses, I think Yokohama is one of the best city, convenience city to live in because everything is nearby and transportation, healthcare sector and the education level and the social security system, I think those are in a very considerable level. I think therefore Yokohama can be considered as a convenience city to live in. As a student, a foreign student who live oneself, I think I find everything as difficult once I came to Japan. I have to earn myself and live myself. I have to solve my problems myself. So I think it was a little bit difficult. My school teachers, they are very supportive and they gave me the best guidance to solve my all, not only my educational problems, all my social and other, my private problem also, they always supportive for me. Therefore, I came through all the difficulties. Production, manufacturing factory, it's making fast food such as sandwiches and bun, and they are distributing those production to the 7-Eleven. As a part-time worker, I work 3 days per week. 30,000 yen for 6 months of period. I have been selected for this scholarship by the YIA. So I got that financial aids and I completed all other qualifications. So scholarship was something like godsend. Thanks for my teachers and those who got that decision to grant me the scholarship. Thank you very much. Fortunately, thanks to my teachers in my language school and all the support of my parents and my friends, I have been selected for my dream university, Yokohama National University. After I graduating from the language school, I have planned to get into the masters, and I have my dream to complete PhD and become a university lecturer.